Antarctic scientists are accustomed to dealing with cold, discomfort and inconvenience in the name of science. So when one Tasmanian glaciologist visited a high-profile ice drilling project in the Northern Hemisphere, he relished in the comparative luxury. Andrew Moy has recently returned from Greenland with knowledge that will eventually help Australian scientists drill through to the oldest ice in the frozen continent. Carly Rowlands reports.
They're beautiful, delicate and difficult to extract. No, they're not precious gems, but ice cores, which hold the secrets to the Earth's climate through the ages.
Ice cores are very fragile material. They are cold, and if you happen to drop a piece it can just shatter. Also, ice cores can be very clean archives of past climates, so any sort of contamination on them can cause some problems for us when we're analysing them.
Without knowing the boundaries of climate variation naturally, we don't have any handle on where we're going in the future and where we are at the moment.
Glaciologist Andrew Moy started working with ice cores 4 years ago. It seemed a natural progression from his previous job as a marine geologist.
For me, working in ocean acidification was looking at kind of the impacts of climate change on the ocean. So essentially what I'm doing now in my glaciology career is looking at the effects of climate change in the atmosphere.
Recently, Dr. Moy's job took him to northwest Greenland, where he joined a Danish-led ice coring project known as NEAM. Scientists from 14 nations spent the northern summer drilling a 2,000-year-old ice core that stretched more than 400 metres below the surface. It was by no means a resort holiday.
The tent I was living in generally got down to about -5 degrees, so you're living in a cold environment, but I suppose with the personal equipment that you're issued with, you keep warm and you know how to keep warm.
But the Antarctic veteran found the experience quite comfortable and convenient in comparison. His colleague Mark Curran, who joined the Greenland team the previous summer, agrees.
It's less harsh, it's more predictable. Antarctica is unpredictable. Blizzards will come through and will knock the camp out for quite a few days, and then there's regular flights in and out of the camp which we don't have in Antarctica.
Both were impressed by the on-site laboratories allowing for instant analysis of ice cores, instead of the long schlep back to Hobart with fragile fragments of ice. In the labs, scientists look for tiny gas bubbles and impurities that show what the air was like in eras past.
These laboratories are housed under the ice, so the normal temperature in these facilities are about -20 degrees. So the ice cores that are drilled can be sampled straight away, and then they can be analysed straight away as well, so we can get an ongoing information on what's recorded in these ice cores.
If we can engage with all of the people that were involved in that project and get them on board to work in Antarctica, then we have a chance of being able to replicate that great setup.
The experience Dr. Moy gained on the Danish-designed drill will prove useful when the Australian team borrows it to use in Antarctica in a few years' time.
We did come across problems where we had mechanical issues with the drill. I personally didn't kind of know too much about how to fix it, but working with the experience of the expertise of the Danish drillers, we were able to fix these problems that we had out in the field.
In terms of monetary worth, it's not huge. We're talking probably $250,000, but this drill has been developed over 30 years, and to try and capture that again would be very difficult.
Mark Curran's experience in Greenland last year was a career highlight, rating a mention in the science journal Nature magazine. Using a deep drill, the multinational team struck bedrock below Greenland's ice sheet, a whopping 2.5 kilometres down. Australian scientists will embark on a similarly ambitious project in the near future when they lead a multinational mission to find the frozen continent's oldest ice in Australia's Antarctic territory. They'll need to drill to a depth of more than 4 kilometres, far deeper than the NEAM project. But they believe the stories that ice will tell will be well worth the effort.
We're looking to get to ice over 1 million years, where the Earth's natural cycles changed from 44,000 year cycles between ice ages and warm periods to times where we have 100,000 years between cycles, what we have today, so that we can inform the scientific community today on links between the carbon dioxide and temperature that people are interested in terms of anthropogenic forcing of climate change.